Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning.
Good morning indeed.
It's 10:30 at night.
Yep.
On a Wednesday. I've been wanting to do a crisp related podcast for a long time. I've been saying to Mary, let's do a podcast where we just talk about crisps.
Yeah.
Because I love crisps.
I mean, I do love, I would say crisps are probably the best snack.
Oh, man. Crisps are so good.
Yeah.
I've loved crisps longer than you have, I reckon.
Probably because you're older, so I'll give
man.
you that one.
I was
I'll
always eating them.
But as you can see, I'm a bit of a crisp connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
That's it.
Raw. So what we thought, we were kind of sat, we've got a video that we're making tomorrow, and we wanted to do a potty tonight, but we didn't really have any ideas. And then it hit us.
Yeah.
What did we watch something about tier list or?
No, we were just sat having a bit of a chinwag, and then we were like, what could we do? And I was like, well, what about something with food?
Yes.
And then you just went crisp.
Crisps tier list.
Crisp tier list.
So for those of you listening, you're not going to miss out on too much for people listening as opposed to watching. On the screen right now, we've just got the kind of standard tier system with quite a few bags of crisps on there, to be honest. And we're going to rank them. And where we disagree, we're going to have to put them into an average space, and we're going to basically do it that way.
We're both being given one S tier.
One override.
Yeah, so like if I find a crisp on there that's my S tier, I can choose that to be the S tier.
Put it in the
but
S
we can
tier.
only have two max then. It can't be like we end up with like 20 in fucking S tier. It's got to be our...
So we can put whatever we want in the S tier, but we can also override one to be in the S tier. Okay, cool. Well, with that in mind, shall we get started?
We shall indeed. So what's first up?
First up, how appropriate for us, it is the Space Raiders.
Ah, classic.
Commonly known incorrectly as Space Invaders.
Yeah.
And these ones in the image are the pickled onion flavor, the best flavor without a doubt.
Agreed. Now, I would say this is a strong start.
I think it's a really strong start.
I would say it's, for me, easily an A. It's got to be.
Do you know what, man? I think you're right.
It's got to be.
I agree with you there. And the other thing that's good about them as well is they're really cheap.
Yeah, they're cheap, they're good, they're full of nostalgia.
I think for value for money, you're not going to get much better than one of these.
Yeah. 100%. I think the only thing that stops it from being an S tier is just, I think they are a great flavored crisp. I think the texture's great. I just think if you put it against certain crisp, I think there's certain crisp that just do a bit better.
I think there's almost like a bias or a prejudice against them because they are a lower price crisp.
Yeah.
I think that there's sometimes, if you compare these to a AAA flagship crisp, it's not really going to match up. But I think A tier, I'm comfortable in the A tier.
I am as well.
So we've agreed straight away there, man.
Go.
And we got our first crisp on the board in the A tier.
Ooh, next up. Discos. What flavor of discos?
They are cheese and onion discos.
So what we should really state is this going on just that flavor?
Yeah, because if you look, there's other flavors in there.
But I would just have a quick glance, and I don't think I saw any more discos.
There is more discos.
Oh, there are.
We're gonna go off the exact image of what is on the what's on the picture, and that's a bag of cheese and onion discos.
Cheese and onion discos. Do you want to start on this one?
I'm not a fan at all of these. I think that discos are generally pretty whack.
Yeah.
I can allow the salt and vinegars, but we're not talking about the salt and vinegars.
No.
I think the texture of them's terrible. I think the flavor of them's pretty terrible. I'd only eat these if there was really nothing left. These would be firmly in an F for me.
An F? I can't. No, they're not. To me, they're not terrible enough to be an F, but they are bland enough to not be higher than maybe a E, maybe a D. The thing is, I'm thinking about last time I had those was probably during lockdown, probably in a supermarket. I just grabbed a couple of crisps.
Well, it's annoying because these are one of the crisps. There's loads that do it, but where you get the multi-pack.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get the prawn cocktail and the salt
prawn
vinegar,
cocktails
but then you
are
get
great.
the cheese and onions.
So, but with these ones, I've eaten them definitely. It's just gone down like scranned, put it in the bin, forgettable. So we'll put it in E. For me, I would
That works for me, yeah.
I'd say put it in E Because if it was the salt and vinegar ones, as you said, maybe we bump that higher. So,
yeah, fuck these, man.
Yeah.
All right, up next we've got Wotsits, the really cheesy one, which is the normal flavour.
The normal.
The one in the image is a £1 large bag, but I think we can just say that it's standard. Just the standard Wotsits there.
I don't think the size of the Wotsit really changes the flavour of that Wotsit.
Well, the Wotsits they're the same size. It's just a bigger bag in this picture than a standard bag. This is the £1 bag that you'd maybe find at the bus station, but we're just gonna rate the Wotsit.
Just the Wotsit. Right.
After you.
Oh, well, I have to say, I think Wotsits slap. Yeah. I think they're great. I think when you think of great crisp, I think Wotsits tend to be in that conversation. I think I prefer a packet of Wotsits to maybe over at least 60 or 70% of the crisps that I can see on this list, because they're simple. I'm not saying they're the best. I'm not saying they taste the best. I'm not saying the texture's amazing. But what I would say is, if I'm scranning a packet of crisp, it probably has a chance that it's Wotsits.
I think Wotsits are good. They're very. I think they're very good. I wouldn't say they're excellent. I think they're very good. I'm not a fan of. You'll never catch me licking my fingers after eating anything.
Not even wings.
Definitely not. And I know people like to do that with Wotsits, which creeps me out a bit, especially when they put the finger back in the bag. But that's not really the crisps' fault.
Now you're making me feel uncomfortable saying that.
They do it, man.
I don't do it, but at the same time, like
I
it's
never
such
do it.
I
think Wotsits are great.
Crisp.
I like the Wotsit to melt in my mouth.
Yeah,
I think they're good. I don't think. I mean, I'd put them personally. Well, where would you put them?
B.
I'd say C.
I'll give it you for C, because I think if I'm really, the messiness of a Wotsit really knocks it down. And also, it gets really sticky in your teeth and shit.
They do get sticky in your teeth.
Yeah, you're chomping away, and
they're a good crisp. Yeah. Like C's not a bad rating.
No, C is like, if you pass me a packet of crisp that are in the C category, I'm happy.
I'm chill with that, man.
I'm happy.
All right, let's bang that in C.
Boom. There we go.
Okay, what we got up next? We've got the Cheetos Flaming Hot Twisted.
Now, these are kind of like a Flaming Hot Wotsit, but they're just spiraled, and they're normally more expensive, the Cheetos.
They are a bit of a premium, aren't they?
I've got that shop round the corner from mine that just stocks them like mad, and they never move. Like, you never see man go in there and buy. Because
they've got the other American ones that are even better.
I would say, for me, I like the fact that it's flaming hot, because I think spice on crisp are always better.
Always welcome.
But I think, personally, I'd just put it on the same thing as the Wotsits.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the twisted ones are a bit annoying as well, because they're a bit large.
They snap as well.
They're quite big, and they do snap. They stick to your teeth again. The flavour's great.
Flavour's better, but it's more...
But they're not as ergonomic, are they? I think that's a safe bet, putting them next to the Wotsits there.
Once again, happily would have it.
I thought we were going to start arguing here, Chuck. Maybe later, eh?
Yeah.
Now we're at the Smith's Salt and Shake crisps.
These are forgive me if I'm wrong, are these the crisps you normally find at the chip shop?
I've not seen them at a chip shop, though. I don't go in many chip shops.
I have been... So the last couple of times I've been in a chippy, they're always there next to the normal Walkers.
It would make sense that they had them.
Yeah.
You know the concept of them, right?
Well, you rip the salt and you shake them in the bag. You know what, you can start with this.
I mean, what is there to say? Plain, ready salted crisps are dead anyway.
Correct.
You'll never catch me eating ready salted. So give me ready salted crisps where I have to actually then make them readily salted myself. I am not interested at all. And I'm going to sling slam. These mofos would be straight in the F tier.
Straight in the F tier. I can't remember the last time I tried these. I think maybe it could be an F tier for me, but I don't know. I disagree with the whole concept of me having to do the salt myself. Normally would be, what the fuck, I just want it already done. Yeah. I think it gives it its only bit of value. The fact that you can go like,
you can choose how much salt you have on it.
And then, let's say you're like me and you want a bit more. You go get some table salt and put that shit in there, shake it up, getting really salty.
Right, okay.
So I think that's the only thing.
Okay, here's a question. Do you ever want less salt on a ready salted crisp?
No.
So the only thing that the salt and shake enables you to do that a regular ready salted crisp doesn't allow you to do is not put the salt on.
Who's doing that though? You just
get ready salted crisps then.
All right. Well, I would argue for the time being, put it in E.
All right. You know what?
Change.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm happy. With E.
I see a banger coming up.
All right. So now we've got the Thai sweet chili Walker's Sensations. These often come up in the conversation of what's the best crisp.
Yep.
Not necessarily get my vote, but I do respect them a lot.
I do like them, but they're pricey for a crisp.
Yeah, but you get what you pay for, really.
No, but right, let me lay this scenario for you. You open those crisps. You just spent, I don't know how much on them. Straight away, Dan's got hand in.
Yeah, that is the
Straight
kind
away,
of crisp.
Varley's got hand in.
It is the kind of crisp where
you're eating them, and then let's say you eat enough that you put them down for a second. You know someone's picking up that bag.
These are one of the few types of crisp where it's a kind of you open a bag and it's for everyone.
Yeah, it's for everyone. But then think about when I have a packet of crisp, I'm normally eating that packet of crisp for myself. And then 100%. If I'm feeling generous, I'll go, yeah, do you want a crisp? Do you want a couple? Get a handful. But with them, it's like you don't have to ask. People just fucking...
Guess what? I've just looked a bit closer. These are the chicken ones.
Shut up.
Yeah, they're the chicken ones.
All right, dead. Dead. You heard it from me. This chicken ones, get in the bin.
I'd put them in D.
They're
a premium. They've got a good quality flavor, but the flavor is just not a great flavor.
For the price and the flavor, I'd argue E, but I'd go D for you.
Let's put that in D.
We'll go for D.
Pop that in D. Because you can't say they're the same as a salt and shake.
You're right. All right, D's more acceptable. But then again, I put disco isn't necessarily, but we need to start putting that whatever's closer to the E is like the higher tier of it.
Okay.
So
okay, cool.
Well, salt shakers will stay all the way at the end.
Cool. All right, what we got there? We got
ready salted
Pringles.
We've already discussed our stance on ready salted, but we've not discussed our stance on Pringles.
I mean, the fact it's a Pringle redeems it.
Yeah,
I'd say it probably brings it up 2 tiers over what a standard ready salted would be, but it still doesn't sit it pretty in the lineup.
It's another crisp you share. Pringles are even when I bought them for myself, I either don't finish it and then my partner or a friend will fucking have some Pringles after, or I'm dishing them out and saying, "Do you want a Pringle?" And ready salted, I've never in my adult years of life.
Because like best case scenario, they're £1, but usually when I buy Pringles, they're like $2.50.
Really?
Yeah, I very rarely find them on offer. So why are you going for the plain ones?
Exactly. I think people who buy these are safe people. The people
vanilla.
The vanilla people don't fly anywhere. Arrive at the train station with an hour's time. Things like that. They're very bland. Probably like got no kinks in the bedroom.
Missionary position. Purely for the focus
Chris
of
Paulton wannabes, eh?
Chris Paulton. It's the Chris Paulton crisp.
That is. And speaking of that, I would argue it's the D crisp. That is the universal D crisp.
I think we'll pop that in D as well.
Because it's a Pringles, it's a bit better than normal ready salted.
Now, up next, we've got the mix-ups. Have you ever had these?
Yes, I've had the mix-up.
So for viewers that don't know, mix-ups it's a Walker's bag, and you get a French fry, a Wotsit, a Dorito, and a Monster Munch, but they're all the same flavour. This one here is meaty flavour.
Do you also not get those, like, what are they? The ones that look like the pasta, the twisty pasta?
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yeah,
Bugle. Yeah. So
meaty flavour, did you say?
Unfortunately, the meat flavour, these ones.
Well, for me, any crisp that's meat, like somewhat of a meat flavour, is getting deducted in points.
I agree generally, yeah.
Yeah, it's like... You just when I have crisp, I don't want like barbecue crisp, chicken
never
crisp and stuff like that. I'll eat it.
Yeah,
and you know what? If I'm having a crisp sandwich, it tricks my mind a bit, like at a festival.
I'll never have a crisp sandwich.
Listen, crisp sandwich is underrated at a festival, but at home, just have toast or a normal sandwich, I'd say.
The issue with these for me is who is so indecisive that they need 4 different types of crisps in one. Like if you like Wotsits, get Wotsits. If you want French fry, get French fry. Like,
I think the people who get this are probably mums getting it for a share bowl for the kids or something.
You're right.
Like, if I saw someone buy these just for themselves, I probably wouldn't trust them, because they're the type of person that you say, "Oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?" And they say, "Yeah." And then they show up and they just completely do the opposite of what Unite is. So if I said, "Do you want to go get a drink?" and you went, "Yeah," but you're the man who likes these crisps, you show up with a bird on wearing a suit, saying, "Oh, let's go to the cinema while we're out." That's the type of person who's buying these crisps for themselves.
That strikes me as an E tier.
Too weird for me.
That's an E tier.
That is an E tier. You know what? No. I say it's an F tier.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think that's fair.
The mix.
I think that's fair. I forgot about the mix aspect of it.
The mix really puts me about, because like all those crisps could be good, and it maybe wouldn't be an F tier if it weren't meat. But fuck
agreed.
me, that's getting,
because they do a flaming hot one, which is a bit better than that.
Yep.
So up next, we've got the Transformer snack from Golden Wonder.
This is like when people talk about Space Raiders being a bit too cheap. When I think of a cheap crisp, I'm thinking of these.
What do you think of them?
I think they, taste-wise, are just plain.
Really?
Yeah.
These are the spicy ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I still think they're just plain. Once again, when you're holding that crisp and you're eating it, it just feels like someone's done the salt shaker, but with a bit of flavor and just gone like that in the bag.
Well, I couldn't disagree more.
Really?
I think that they're a fantastic crisp.
Really?
Yep, I think the flavor's amazing. I think if you want the novelty of transforming them and putting them together, you can do that. I very rarely do that. I think the texture's great, the flavor's great. I'm a massive fan of these.
For me, it's better than the discos. It's better than the salt shakers. I put it, for me, it's the same as a ready salted Pringle. Ready salted Pringle.
So I'd put this in an S.
An S?
Yeah, I'm not going to use my override.
God almighty.
But I would put that in an S tier.
Can we agree then? It's a...
So what did you say?
I said D.
So it goes in B then?
Yeah, well, no, because are you happy with it being in B, or would you?
No, but I'd put it in S. But like the whole point is it's a communal thing.
That is the communal thing.
I'm not gonna use my override on that.
Yeah, so B is fine then. But like I said, I just think that there's some better ones. What the fuck am I seeing down here? What?
Mini Cheddar's crinklies.
God damn.
These are the cheese and onion flavor.
I don't even need to speak much on that subject of this crisp, other than you're either old or you've got the worst personality if this is what you're choosing.
It's better than a mini cheddar.
Nah, mini cheddar has a bit
it's better than a mini cheddar because they've got a bit of crunch to them.
Yeah, cheese and onion though.
But the cheese and onion's bringing it down.
And also, I don't want a crinkly mini cheddar. If I wanted a crinkly, I'd just get a normal crisp, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
for me, that's just a bit.
These would fly in between the discos and the salt and shakes for me.
I think it's better than the salt and shake, but less than the discos.
In the E tier.
Yeah, I would easily sling them out of a window. If someone said to me, "Do you want some crisp?" I'd say, "Let me see him for a sec," and then straight out.
All right, so up next we've got the Golden Wonder. These are the fully flavored ones, cheese and onion.
These are worse than the Transformers for me.
Yeah,
definitely. I think I used to sometimes I'd grab them with a Monster at school,
right?
Like before I start, and I'd just eat them, and I'd eventually just be like, I can't be arsed with the taste, so I just wash them down with a full can of Monster, so it just tastes like Monster in my mouth instead of whatever the fuck I've. Well, they're just plain Jane, man.
They are just standard crisps, like Walker's standard crisps, but the Golden Wonder equivalent. The flavour on them is immense. If you like cheese and onion, which I don't, and I think we've determined you're not a massive fan of cheese and onion either. I'd put these. Any guesses where I'm going to put these?
You're going to put them in D, surely.
I was thinking D. They're better than the Discos.
They're low ND. They're worse than the Pringles.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, I used to get them, but
Back in the
it's
days,
just
yeah.
like it's as you said, cheese and onions a weird flavor because it does work. For me, it works.
I just never want it, man. I
But
think
if
it's
out of
shit.
out of a variety packet,
Yeah.
it's that's not true. Ready salted, I don't even touch.
Yeah.
But like that would be if it's the big one where it's got like prawn cocktail, everything.
Yeah, all of them.
It's like the second to last because it's just a bit too strong, I think. And I like cheese and onion. I like a cheese and onion
It's
pasty.
an overpowering cheese and onion. It's the golden wonder.
Now, this next up, it for me is S tier, 100% S tier.
What the
pickled onion monster
munch.
munch for me. The only downside is that it's sharp and it fucks up your jaw and shit like that and your gums. When you bite it, it sometimes like just jams your thing because they're so big and
They
crunchy.
are big. They used to be smaller.
Yeah,
remember? Well, they originally were the size they are now, and then they were smaller, and now they're bigger again.
Now they're bigger again to try and bring back that drive. But the taste for me is great. But that's only if you liked pickled onion.
Well, obviously.
If you know, but imagine like, let's say you go up to a starving child and you pass them a pickled monster munch.
They're gonna eat it, bro, no matter what.
No, but they might go and go. You're like,
beggars choose.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be like,
do you know what, mate? You're right. These are an S tier.
Easy S tier.
These are an
man.
S tier, Chris.
Like, if you don't like them, man, just try again.
They're brilliant. I love them.
The flavor is so strong, but in a good way.
It really is. It really is a great crisp. This,
and I think I've yet to meet someone who's openly said to me they don't like that flavor of Monster Munch.
Crazy.
There is a flavor of Monster Munch that I think is superbly lower than everyone else.
Me too, and I'm sure we'll get to that.
I'm sure we will, but like that's the gold standard.
Agreed.
That's like the doorman of the club. You want to get in the S club, you gotta go past Monster Munch. You gotta be considered. That's good.
Up next, we've got Twiglets. What are you saying about Twiglets?
So Twiglets are like, for me, like a beard crisp thing where
I guess.
If I'm talking to someone and I'm having a drink, I could have a couple, but I think I'd normally put something like salt on them to make them a bit.
Put salt on the Twiglets.
Yeah. I know they've got little
animal,
but they're just a bit dry, I think, and that's why you need a beer. You need a beer to fucking like.
Oh my god, we've just got a new $129 Patreon.
No way!
Thank you, Adriana Flynn.
Thank you.
Incredibly kind of you.
Me, man.
Bloody hell, that's a good notification.
That is a great notification. I thought you were going to say something else like, we've got a weather warning for tomorrow. It's going to snow, something like that. I'd be like, great, videos down.
2 big W's.
But
thank you so much.
Thank
Twiglets.
you. Twiglets. Yeah, for me, it's like a beer food. I'd say it's like top ND, low NC for me.
I really like Twiglets.
Yeah.
At Christmas, I eat them a lot in the big cylinders that they come in. If you said, what did you say? Top end C, low end D?
Yeah.
I'd say like B and C. So should we meet in the middle at
C?
C?
C works for me because like I said, I'll eat them.
I'm happy to have it at the lowest end in C as well because I don't think it's quite as good as the Cheetos.
They are like the pretzel-y things, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like Marmite.
Yeah. And I think it's not an awful crisp. I just think it's like there's so much better option of crisp.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said,
I don't even think of it as a crisp.
No, but it's like a snack. For me, it's the same. It's not really. It's just more like a side dish snack that's like a crisp.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's not bad. Ooh, French fries. But is that the salt and vinegar flavor?
So with Walkers, they flip their colors, don't they? So yeah, that is salt and vinegar French fries.
Now, for me, I love a French fries.
Really?
The salt and vinegar ones are the best ones.
I'd agree there.
But they do one or two things. They either get stuck on your teeth again, but as the stick thing, when you're like chewing them, they can be a bit tough and they stick to your gums and shit like that. Or they just snap really fucking hard in your mouth.
I think the texture of these is awful. But the flavour on the salt and vinegar ones is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I think I would prefer the salt and vinegar French fries over, I'm trying to think, Let me have a look at that list. I'd take them over the ready salted Pringles any day.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't know if they're going higher than C.
I agree. Should we put them at the? Would you prefer them to the chicken sensations?
Oh, 100%.
Right. Should we put them at the top of C then?
No, because I'd put them after the flaming hot Cheetos.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
No. Put the Twiglets in. Yeah, there we go.
So they're better than the Twiglets.
Yeah, for me. Well, if you disagree, change it around.
It's all right. They're close enough. It's not gonna. It's not gonna cause any issues.
It's not gonna frazzle you, eh?
Up next, we have got Frazzles. These are shit.
No,
they taste shit. Brother. They stick to your teeth. They are wank. You will never ever catch me eating a bag of Frazzles in my life.
This might be the first proper disagreement.
You said you don't even like meaty crisps.
I don't. Unless it's Frazzles. Now, Frazzles are like the only bacon crisp thing that I fucking love. You could get me like 5 packets of them and they'll be gone like that, man. Hand in, chomp, chomp.
Chance.
And they come in the the smaller packets as well, and you just hand in, get like all of them, throw them back, get next packet, rip it open, next packet. They are great. They are like one of the only meat flavored crisp that I actually think slap.
Your passion is heard. Where are you putting them?
Well, you wanted to put them in F, didn't you?
I'd put them in F, yeah.
I would put them in B. So do you want to do
into D? They go
top end of D for me, but where would you? I decided with the French fries.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them at the bottom end of D.
Bottom end of D, man. That hurts the whole. That hurts my soul.
Terrible. But their more attractive younger brother is here, Chipsticks. Now, this is the same company. It's the same little bag that they come in.
Yeah.
I think they're fantastic. I love Chipsticks. They taste great. The texture's great. It's the kind of thing where I'll buy a pack of 6 and I'll eat all 6 like you with the Frazzles. The only issue, I've got to own up to this, they're a bit bitty and a bit crummy. So when you're eating them in bed, the crumbs, they're quite big crumbs as well, like little crystals.
Bro, it's like sawdust.
Yeah.
It's like sawdust. For me, the flavors there, I think sometimes they're a bit too much. When I'm having them, sometimes I'm go a lot with them.
Right, okay.
And like I said, it's so messy. Like you eat them, if you eat them and you're wearing like a black shirt, the bits are just everywhere.
They are very
man.
messy.
I'd argue for me, it's like top end C.
Yeah, do you know what?
The flavor's good enough, but it's.
I was thinking B, but yeah, they are pretty inconvenient.
Like,
so let's put them top end of C.
Yeah.
This is my friend Sarah's favorite crisp. This next one.
The crisp.
The exact one. Can you believe that?
Get better friends, man. Get better.
Can you believe that? A plain hula hoop. What I mean, a hula hoop is dead anyway.
Yeah, it's got one good redeeming quality. You put it on your fingers.
A plain one. It tastes like wood.
Yep. It's hard to bite into. It's pointless because you're missing half the crisp anyway because it's got a big old fucking hole in it. And it's ready salted, which is shit anyway. For me, this is easily an F.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Get it stuck in there.
Right, up next, we have got the Golden Wonder full flavor salt and vinegar. We've already talked about the cheese and onion Golden Wonder. This is the standard crisp, no special shape or anything. Salt and vinegar. What's your thoughts?
It is probably... any crisp that's a salt and vinegar crisp is good to me.
Agreed.
But it's like I said, is it for me, is it as good as a chipstick? I don't think so. But is it better than...
Can I just interrupt? It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh my God,
because I'm going to override these straight into the S tier.
Oh my day.
You have not had enough experience with these, my boy. These are the most hard-hitting and flavorful salt and vinegar crisps you're ever going to fucking eat in your life. You don't see these very often, but when you do, get some.
You know what?
I'll get some tomorrow. They're making my mouth water just thinking about it.
I will get some tomorrow, and if they are as good as you say, maybe I'll appreciate the
They are incredible, and they're my override for this.
That's fine. I've already seen my override.
You know what it is, eh?
Yeah, but like,
well, make sure to get my opinion on it first because you don't want to waste your override.
Of course,
that's why I was listening to you first because I thought
you were going to override it.
No, but I wanted to know your general vibe.
I think
because what I was thinking, if you thought it was S as well, then there's no point using the override.
Like I said, for me, I would have put it like C, but not as good as a chipstick.
Up next, we've got the Walker's Max, the paprika flavor.
Now, I think the paprika, I can't even say it, paprika flavor of crisp is a nice flavor of crisp.
Agreed.
I think the Walker's Max are a bit pointless.
They sit a bit strange in the lineup, don't they?
They are like, if you're...
I guess they're going for the McCoys market, right?
Yeah, because when you think of Walker's, the ones that really sell are your standard ones, your the fucking baked ones they've got now, and then Walker's, like the weird shaped ones and shit. Walker's Max are kind of what you see. They're just there. They're near the sensations sometimes, and
there's only one time I ever see anyone buying Walker's Max, and that's in the Boots meal deal.
Yeah, meal deal, I'd say. I think they're a bit forgettable. I think the flavor is good. I don't know if I'd put it in an E, but I don't know if it could really go any higher.
I'd put it in a D. I think it's a weird range. Is the Walker's Max? It's no McCoys. They do a flaming hot one, which is really good. This isn't that one though, unfortunately. Yeah. But I don't think it's worse than like if we put it in a. What did you say? E.
I said D. I said I don't think it could be in an E because I think it's better than Disco's,
right, yeah.
Crinklies, and the salt shakers.
I think it would be just above the plain Pringles in D.
Yeah, I'm happy with that because I would eat them.
I'd rather have them than the plain Pringles.
Yeah,
but the sensations would beat them out.
Yeah, because like that's the problem with the sensations is they are just better quality of crisp.
Yeah, they are.
But it's
like
just a shame
crisp,
that the flavor and
I know
that just really puts it down. Knick-Knacks.
This is the ribbon saucy version of Golden Wonder's Knick-Knacks.
Now, we've already discussed meaty flavored crisp.
Yeah,
I like Knick-Knacks.
Same.
Right? I think I love the shape. I love the crunchiness, and I like the flavor of Knick-Knacks. And I think a lot of people are attracted to a Knick-Knack because when you think of your childhood, you think what was like a underrated crisp back in the day. Knick-Knacks. Do I think the ribbon saucy flavor are good?
Do you?
No,
not at all.
Not at all. No, I've tried them. I think they're not awful, but I think the flavor's really fucking like repetitive. Like if you keep eating it, you're constantly
quite a strong. Artificial flavor.
You're constantly having that. You're gonna eventually put them down, and they're not many in there. They're only little fucking stick things.
You're right.
But they're quite. It just kind of plays in your taste bud a bit, not in a good way.
Yeah, it's quite a heavy flavor in it. I think it's one of the better meat based flavors because it doesn't really taste like meat.
Yeah, because it tastes more saucy than rib.
Yeah, it does.
But it once again, I think I would have. On this list, there's already a bunch of crisps that we've already got on this tier list that I would easily take. I wouldn't even give it a second thought. But I think the Knick-Knack, the fact that it's a Knick-Knack is probably what's saving me from putting it like too far down.
Yeah.
Because Knick-Knacks are just...
Knick-Knacks are there. The texture's great.
Maybe top end of E.
Top end of E?
Well...
what, you'd rather have the salt and... Oh. All right, yeah. Do you know what?
You know what? No. You're making a good point here. Would I rather have the? I'd rather have the salt and vinegar Pringles.
Would you rather have the Golden Wonder cheese and onion?
No, so put it in between them.
Excellent.
That's probably the best shout. Because if someone's passing me those Pringles at a party or something, when I say party, like a garden party, I'm like, oh, do I really? But if someone said, oh. We've got some other crisps, and they point to those Knick-Knacks. I'd just look back at the Pringles and go, I guess I can go get some salt from the fucking kitchen and try and save these.
The Knick-Knack.
No, the fucking...
Oh, the Pringles. They've already got salt on them.
Yeah, but...
Never met anyone who adds salt to the crisps.
If they aren't salty enough...
They're salty enough.
You just like it's like McDonald's chips are salty enough, but sometimes you get them they're not salty enough, and you have to just manually batter that shit on, and you're like, why am I doing this, man?
That's a fair point.
Should just have your flavour at max.
Up next, we've got Walker's roast chicken crisps. Straight into the E tier.
Yeah, I don't
above the salt and shake.
Yeah,
above the crinklies.
Yeah, because like I said, I could eat it in a crisp sandwich. That's it. I'm not.
Not much to say about the roast chickens.
Zoom in a sec. Are these the cheese and onion flavour?
Yep.
This is the first cheese and onion flavour on this list in crisp form that I like.
What is it?
The Walker's baked. The oven baked.
Yeah.
The texture, for whatever reason, tricks me into thinking I'm having something really nice.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, I like a cheese and onion pasty. I would say these are like the crisp version of having a cheese and onion pasty.
Yeah.
I think Walker's really nailed these baked fucking.
They're
crisp.
a great range. Yeah. They're a great range.
I don't know where I'm putting it at the moment, looking at that list, but I think they are really good.
I would probably put these just above. I'd put them in the C tier.
Yeah.
And I'd put them above the Twiglets, but they're not as good as the French fry.
I'm happy with that. Yeah. I think
that
salt,
seems to make
salt
sense.
and vinegar French fries are still salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
But they're still
the
good.
texture and the crunch of the Walker's baked is fucking great. Right, up next we've got cheese and onion.
No, it's just cheddar.
No, it's and red onion.
Oh.
Cheese and onion kettle chips.
Kettle chips are like Tory chips, aren't
They're
they?
shite.
Yeah, they're like your proper like Marks and Spencer's crisp.
The Co-op does better own brand shit than kettle chips.
Yeah, kettle chips.
I'll never buy a bag of kettle chips.
Well, no, kettle chips do a really nice. Is it basmati vinegar and sea salt or whatever?
Do they?
They do, and they're good. But these ones I've had, and they're just shit. And
balsamic.
That's it. What did I say?
Basmatic.
Yeah, basmatic, mate. Or somatic, basmatic. Same old shit. Get those kettles straight in the
F tier.
Yeah. Just like...
I think they're worse than hula hoops.
Yeah.
No, they're worse than the mix-ups, but they're not as boring as the hula hoops.
Yeah. Because a mix-up still has the proper range of crisp.
Yeah.
But it's just... why would anyone get that?
Right then, we got a big hitter now, a sour cream and onion Pringle.
You can start on this.
I love Pringles. Really, really love them.
I do.
I think sour cream and onion, it's not my favourite flavour, but it's a great flavour. There's always room in my belly for a couple of sour cream and onion Pringles. I think they're really good. I think they're an excellent crisp.
Where would you put them?
I'd probably put these in the B tier, to be honest.
Yeah.
I probably would.
I couldn't disagree more.
Oh, no way.
These are my least favorite crisp next to
You're
Too
kidding.
Long because I hate the smell. I hate the flavor. I would rather have a fucking ready salted Pringle.
You're
any day.
joking.
The smell, the taste, and it's just shit. And if like Pringles are doing this fucking tube where it's got like the barbecue ones, the prawn cocktail ones. Yeah, and it's like
I've not seen that.
Yeah, they're doing it, and it's like a party one where it's like a white
that
fucking
sounds
shell.
annoying.
And I was buzzing until it said it's got like 7 of those fuckers in it, and I was like, it ruins the whole experience. It's just.
I love that they quantify it on the packaging. There's 7 in there.
Yeah, because it does say like times 7 times. I think there's more ready salted.
Or
ones.
is it a tube of small tubes?
No,
it's one tube with loose Pringles in it.
They're all in.
Like you open it and then start eating them straight from the one
yeah.
big tube.
Yeah,
and they still quantify that there's 7 in
there. For me, this strongly would be at the bottom of F.
Wow.
And the fact that you put it at B, there's got to be discussion now, because where the fuck does that go?
Well, I mean, it can only go. I would put it second in B. You would put it bottom in F. So the only place for it to land then is next to the other Pringles.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's it. That's the fair
enough
way.
because you'd have it much higher. For me, I'd have it much lower.
Yeah,
So we've
that's
got
the
it.
only-
That flavor is.
You're insane.
No, anyone who has that is insane. Think about all the better flavors of Pringles, man.
I know there's better, but that's a very good one.
That stinks. It smells like old people and cheese, like gone off milk, man. I hate it.
Man, I'm interested to hear what you think about the paprika Pringles.
They're better, but because it's paprika, but it's still.
I just don't get why you'd ever choose the paprika ones. There's always a special one that's like extra spicy or chili or something.
Yeah, they did that. They're like hoisin duck and all that.
They've got the spicy cheese ones, and paprika just doesn't seem very adventurous.
I do like paprika, but it is a bit of a, even though it's not a meat flavor necessarily, it has that meat.
Strongly associated.
Yeah,
isn't it, with meat?
maybe I'd put it I'd put it just above the ready salted, below the max.
But so would you rather have a Walker's Max than a Pringle in this instance?
You're
Because
right.
they're both paprika.
But I think I've had more Walker's Max paprika.
But what would you prefer?
I prefer it in a Pringle, but how many times are you in the shop? Oh, no, so let's say a meal deal. Yeah. And you look and you pick up those Walker's Max paprika, and then you see even nearby or in the corner of your eye on the shelf the Pringles version of it. You're just gonna get the cheaper option in the meal deal, and you're not gonna go. I'm gonna put it down.
Mean, but the Pringles are never gonna be in a meal deal. I'd shock.
If they're in the small tube, but I've never seen the
small
paprika
tubes
one
shit.
in the small tube. You know what? Go ahead. Put it above the max. It's
I just
one-off.
can't
It's
imagine a
one-off
world
right
where
now.
I'd rather have the same crisp, but one is a Pringle and one is a Walker's Max. I'd always want the Pringle.
Well, put it above the max. It's just the max is, like I said, I feel like I've had more of that flavor in the max form than in the tube form.
But it's not what have you had more of, it's what's better.
Yeah,
and the Pringle's
but I'm
objectively
I'm
better.
going on like memory
Yeah,
of taste.
more memory of them. Right, up next we've got Quavers.
You can start on this one as well if you want.
So I really like Quavers. I think they're great. I did buy, I think it was 120 bags of them. So I'm a bit sick of them. But I think they're great. You know, cheese Quaver. I think they're really good. And I would put these probably in mid-C tier.
Yeah.
Go on.
Just the same as the sour cream. I hate Quavers. The Quavers stink, and when people eat it, gets all over the hands like Wotsits, but because it's Quavers, they stink. The shit. The prawn cocktail ones are so much better. The smell and right. As someone who is a father who has a daughter, right? When she was younger and she'd eat Quavers and she'd like chew them and drop them out of her mouth and shit because she's a fucking toddler and shit. You ever smell or picked up a wet, soggy?
Of course I fucking have.
It is the worst, man. I would rather wipe up shit or baby vomit off the floor than touch that fucking soggy, chewed up Quaver. It's grim, man. The smell is fucking repulsive. In fact, it's less than the sour cream.
No way.
The sour cream is a Pringle at least, man. So you know what? It's for me. If there was like a rotten hell, it would be the Quaver.
So I'm guessing you
cheese.
put that at the very bottom.
Yeah. So you figure out where that goes when you said.
So I said mid-C, which kind of puts us around, I guess, kind of end of D.
End of D. You dare put it above the Frazzles?
Only because you're so passionate about it.
Honestly, that's like I'm just having a look. I think that's the only two that I really fucking hate, man. Like really with a passion. It's just, oh my God. Like if you eat a packet of Quavers around me in the cheese flavor, you'll notice I'll either sit further away or I'll leave the room or I'll be
that's
like,
all I needed to do to get rid of you.
That's it, man. Just take them on the next trip and I'll be silent with fucking like my nose like this.
Up next, we've got Sunbites. These are the
sour
cream and black pepper Sunbites.
Yeah. So you know what? I can start. They are better than some of the other crisp on here, but I don't like the sour cream flavor. I've had them before just to try them. I always like to try every type of like food once, just to know to get that my
food.
Just to see,
It's a crisp.
Just to see, yeah, it's a type of food. To make sure my taste buds agree with my brain saying, you don't like the smell of that, do you like the taste of that? So I've tried it. I'm not a fan of it, but Sunbites for me are a great crisp.
Sunbites are lovely.
I think that's another crisp that smashes like the idea of what a crisp can be, especially the chili ones, really the sweet chili ones.
Reinventing the category.
The sweet chili ones literally sometimes
they're coming up next.
Yeah, but sometimes they make me go, oh, you know what? I'm going to put these crisps back and I'm going to get those ones instead.
Yeah.
But the sour cream for me puts it like E.
I'd probably put these in the C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have these than like half of that C tier. But if you want it in E, should we go for middle of D?
You know what? Put it just below the sensations in D then.
All right,
because
they're a fine snack.
So, like I said, I think it is a good crisp. It's just a shame that flavor for me is like dog water. You know.
Up next, we've got the beef hula hoops.
You don't need to. You don't.
The beef hula hoops are here, gentlemen.
Anyone at home listening or watching this knows where these are going. We don't need to dance around it. They're going where the other fucking hula hoops are, straight in it.
Credit to them. I think they're a lot better than the plain ones.
Bro, they're still...
But I would still put them in the F tier.
I'd still have that mix-up. And I said earlier that anyone's getting a mix-up is a bit mixed up in the fucking head.
So you'd rather have the mix-up than the hula?
Yeah.
All right.
Because like I said, the only redeeming thing about a hula hoop is you put it on your finger as a kid and you go, woo, woo, and then you bite off your finger, and that's it. They're shit otherwise.
They are shit. What
this
one?
Fuck is
I mean,
you know what?
I've never had those.
I've not, but the packaging, this is something, if for whatever reason someone who works at a crisp brand is watching or listening to this, here's some advice. If your crisp packet looks dead, it probably tastes dead. Now, that just looks like someone's took a stock image, stretched it out, and then they've gone, oh, we had a baby blue background, so let's put a darker blue in there. It looks shit, and you know what? If we don't have,
we can't tier it because we don't know it.
We don't know it, but we could probably guess what we'd put it in.
But we don't know, mate. We've got to be true to ourselves.
Do you want to add a tier that says don't know?
No, well, I'll just push all them to the end.
All right.
There's not many crisps that I haven't tried.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, you're right. We've not tried it, but your packaging shit.
Ready salted Walker's crisps.
Arguably, the bane of all crisps.
Why are
as
these
a
even
standard
a thing?
Yeah.
They know what they're doing when they put them in the multi-pack.
No
one wants them in the multi-pack.
Do you know what's mental? I've met, probably this year, a couple of people whose first pick is a fucking ready salted.
But they're so rare that give them their own 6-pack to buy.
Yeah.
And put extra salt and vinegars in the multi-pack or extra prawn cocktails.
The ready salted, I only get that variety pack because when I've got people at mine, everyone can do what they want. Like if I've got a friend who says, "Can I have a?" You know, if I say, "Oh, do you want anything? Do you want a packet of crisps or something?" I can say that as an option. It might only be like ready salted cheese and onion. If they hate cheese and onion, they can have ready salted. But I do not eat the ready salted at home because they're just a waste.
They're so bland. I would put them in the E tier next to the salt and shakes.
I would put them just above the crinklies because who wants a crinkly?
So you'd rather have them than the crinkly?
Yeah. But like I said,
but would you rather have the salt and shake than the crinkly then?
No,
because they're the same crisp, but one you've just got to put the salt on yourself, and you even said that like that's almost
but that's the only redeeming factor.
So
the ready salted's redeeming factor is somehow people are eating them.
But do you prefer? Would you rather have right now a bag of ready salted or a bag of salt and shake? Because it doesn't make much sense to me having the crinklies in the middle of them two plain crisps there, mate. I've got to say.
Where would you? What would you do then? Put the crinklies below the seat.
I'd put the crinklies above the salt and vinegars.
Fine.
You at least get some flavour with them.
Yeah, go on then. Put them next to each other. Because like I said, the salt shaker.
Move that bad.
Oh, good, but it's not enough salt. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
No. That put it above. Because the
like
ready.
Yeah.
Because the ready salted are shit, but somehow people still are eating them. Well, salt shakers, like I said, you don't really see anyone having them. You know what I mean? And like I said, the redeeming factor is, I've got them because I can do this. Fucking
cool. So we'll put the ready solids in the E tier. Up next, what the fuck are these? Piper's Sweet Chili. Have you ever had these?
No, but sweet chili is a nice flavor, but I can't.
I've never had them.
But the packet kind of... What's going on with the packet?
It looks like a flight. Oh, no, it's Piper. Someone playing a pipe. So up next, we've got Tyrell's. What? Plain?
No.
Lightly sea salted.
Oh, is it lightly? I like there's one that's really nice that is stronger than normal salt and vinegar.
They're not salt and vinegar. They're plain.
No.
This is the plain. This is the ready solid
All right,
Tyrell.
this is like... I think they are, as shit as they are, I think they're nicer than
like a Walker's ready solid.
Yeah, I think they're nicer than the roast chicken ones as well. From what I can remember, I've had them before.
They're a plain crisp, man. They
Yeah, but I think the texture of them, and you get more in it because it's the big fucking bag.
I'd rather have them than a bag of plain Walkers and a bag of salt and shake.
But you're saying you want these crinklies. Man, these crinklies.
I think I would rather have the crinklies.
The crinklies, man. Yeah,
the mini cheddar crinklies.
Fine, put it there. I don't care. It's only 2 extra down from me. Just put it down.
The plain ones are gotta go. You can't. Someone's gonna have something to say when we submit this to the board, and they go right. Okay, so you've got
sit at the council.
So you've got a plain bag of crisps, and then crinklies, and then 2 plain bags of crisps.
Yeah, because
it just don't make sense.
It does because
no amount of texture is saving a plain crisp.
It could.
What's this next one?
Oh, onion rings.
Bobby's onion rings.
I don't know if these are I do like the onion ring crisp.
Ringos are the good one.
Yeah.
These are the...
I'm not sure if I've had these, but I do like onion flavor, like onion ring flavored crisp. But they do get a bit on my fucking taste buds a bit too much.
Yeah, it can be quite an overpowering flavour, kind of onion ring.
I think they're much better than anything in E. On D, I think they are probably either the top of that or they're at the bottom of C for me.
Really?
Yeah, because I would have them.
Yeah, do you know what?
I would have them.
I think I would rather have them than...
I'd have them over the Sensations.
I'd put them at the bottom of C.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So up next, we've got Skips. Go on.
Easy B for me.
You reckon?
Dissolving them on your tongue slaps. I love that. I love the flavour of them. I love the shape of them. I wish I got more Skips in general because I don't normally get Skips. I normally get something else.
They do smell a bit sus, though.
Bro, after you were talking about Quavers and sour cream, bro, and you're saying they smell sus.
But they do smell a bit like, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But...
And a dirty one as well.
Would I rather have a Quaver that smells like fucking
no one's
knob
talking
cheese or
about the
shit?
Quavers.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And I'm just saying, Skips for me, I think are B. I think it's much better than a chipstick.
I agree.
I think it's better.
I think they're good.
I don't know if you like the Transformers, so you can put it above or below it.
They're definitely below the Transformers.
That's fine with me. As long as it's in B, I'm happy.
All right, cool. All right, the Crinklies have got a friend. We have got the mini cheddars. These are the Branston Pickle mini cheddars.
Have you tried these?
Yes.
I have not. So
they are wonderful.
This is completely in your realm of judgment.
A mini cheddar is a real whack crisp. It's not really even a crisp.
No, it's a biscuit.
It's
like a tuck biscuit.
The Crinklies got in the E tier just because of the crinkleness. Now, these are not crinkled, these mini cheddar Branston pickles, but the flavour's gorgeous.
I do like Branston pickle.
They are really nice. They could always do with a bit more flavour, and the fact that they're a mini cheddar and not like a crisp is definitely going to hurt their ranking. But I would probably put these next to the onion rings in this at the end of the C tier.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'd recommend you try some.
You know what, man? Tomorrow, if we've got time before we start our video, I will happily try these. And you know what? I'll try these for the train journey even. That'd be a great little experience for me.
Let's get these there, and then if we need to revisit, we'll revisit. Okay, what the hell are these?
These are the Cheetos crunchy sticks.
Yeah, like the
they are like a Knick-Knack,
but
and a Wotsits.
Yeah, a bit more rigid.
But they don't. It's a proper cheese taste. It's like an artificially.
It's like a real type cheese.
Yeah, it's real like like
Instead of Wotsits, it's like a real cheddar or something that it tastes like.
But they are kind of like Knick-Knacks, but harder and a bit more
crunchier.
But they're a bit flakier as well. I don't think they're better than the Wotsits or Flaming Hot Cheetos or French fry. I'd put it for me. It's like D. Maybe
I agree.
Maybe somewhere on D.
I'm not a fan of the cheese that these taste.
No,
like.
I think it's a bit cardboardy as well. Like, even though it's supposed to be a more real cheese taste, they taste kind of fucking still like shit and artificial.
Do. I think I would put these. Where are we saying on D?
D. I mean, for me,
I think I'd rather have the paprika max than the Cheetos here.
You'd rather have the Cheetos over the ready salted Pringles.
Yeah,
that's fine. That works.
Right, smack bang in the middle there. Smack bang. Come on.
There we go.
All right, up next we have got Walker's cheese and onion crisps.
Now this is like the ready salted big brother, if you would say. It's kind of like
they're like Rod and Todd Flanders.
Yeah, it's like, but no, you can't, because I wouldn't say they're exactly the same as that, but I would say it's kind of like, what's it called? What the fucking Flintstone characters, the babies.
Oh,
Bam Bam and Pam, or I don't fucking know. It's like
idea.
one or the other. It's like they're both pretty shit.
Yeah.
But I think the one of them's a bit better than the other, and I think they are probably the top end of E or just above. Well, for me,
I think you're right.
I think, well, personally, only because the fucking Quavers have been put so high. But for me, it would be the end of D, because I can't necessarily put them in. I wouldn't necessarily put them in E because of the ready salted. Because if they're both there,
so you put them at the end of D.
Yeah, because if there's a variety pack and the only 2 flavors left in that whole variety pack are cheese and onion and ready salted, I'm going for cheese and onion.
Same.
Every time, and I think that at least bumps it up. But I'd still have all those other crisp on there. Well, maybe not the Sunkiss necessarily.
Sunkissed's a drink, that's why.
Shut up. The Sunbites necessarily because of the sour cream, and definitely not the Quavers. But everything else in there, I think I'd have over the cheese and onion.
Should we put it above the Quavers then?
I'd love if you do that. Yes.
I'd agree. The thing is, I agree with it. Like, I'd rather have the Quavers, but the Quavers my Quavers would be way higher up. But I think out of everything in that tier, I probably would rather have than the cheese and onion Walkers.
Yeah.
We got Scampi Fries, the classic pub snack.
They're overpriced, man.
Awful.
Yeah, overpriced. Just go get Scampi in real life. Don't get the crisp.
Just go and eat some cheese and an onion instead of the crisp.
No, but I mean, like, Scampi flavored crisp, man. It's just, I think it's one of those where people want to make flavors that everyone like, because everyone's making cheese and onion and ready salted and all that. I think people are like, yeah, we're gonna make Scampi flavored crisp, and we're gonna sell them in pubs because that's the only people who are buying it when they're pissed, and like that's just the truth. I think they probably taste better than everything in F, but I think
for sure
maybe that's worse than a crinklies.
I think that's about right. Yeah, I think it's just under the crinklies there. I think that's spot on. It's better than a plain crisp.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm happy with that. Then we've got Tyrell's attempt
the cheese ones
at cheese and cheese and chive.
I've had
this
it.
One
F for me. It's the bottom of F probably for us.
Worse than the plain hula hoop.
Yeah. They are just shit, man. There's no redeeming thing of it, even though they.
But think of a plain hula hoop.
Yeah, but guess what? The hula hoop you can put it on your finger. Simple things
Can't
work.
argue, mate. Can't argue. Work. All right, so I've never even seen this before. Yeah. It's Guinness chili crisps.
They are decent, you know.
I can't comment, mate. I've never had it.
They're decent. They've got a strong smell when you open the bag, but they do taste nice.
Yeah.
They can, I'm trying to think, they can get it's like the Knick-Knacks thing again, where you keep having it and eventually I don't want any more. But they do taste nice and they've got a bit of a kick to them. I would argue that they are just below the Walker's Max.
Okay. I can't really argue or say much about that.
Like I said, they're all right. I'll
try some maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Crisp reviews incoming.
Okay, so we got the big hoops now. Hula Hoop's larger brother. These are the spicy chili flavor. They're getting adventurous, but they're the same texture. They're just bigger. And the texture is the big thing that lets the hula hoop down most,
they're just
I think.
hard, man. It's hard. And even when you like put it in your mouth to try and like, I hate saying it, but soggy fire crisp to make it easier to chew. They're just not good, and then your spit all goes in the middle and pools, and like it's just not for me. I used to try to just put them on my tongue, like doing that and put them. It just don't work. There's like I said, it's just the fingers, and because these are the bigger ones, they're just for adults then to put on the finger. So I guess they're just like, for me, the flavor's good though.
The flavor's all right,
because it's spice.
Yeah,
but I guess still I'd have the mix. So I guess
I think you're right. That's exactly where I was looking.
Just sling them there, man.
Almost top of the F tier.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of the mix-ups, we've now got mix-ups cheese flavor again, for fuck's sake. So it's a bag of cheesy Monster Munch, which is an abomination. Wotsits, which makes sense. French fry and Bugle.
I guess it would be somewhere on E. It's still the same premise of the meaty one. It's just cheese is a better crisp flavor than meat. But the Monster Munch one is
cheese
criminal.
Monster Munch, man.
But it's because it has like the Wotsits in it.
I'd rather have the plain crisps than them.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they are probably fuck it. You know what? Maybe they're the end of E then.
End of E.
Yeah, they're like they are like the better little brother to the meaty.
We got a whole family tree going on here. Up next, we got a classic gamers. It's the Chili Heatwave Doritos. Let me just check that is the Chili Heatwave, because in America it's not, is it? Yep, Chili Heatwave Doritos.
I would say it's probably the gamer's delight. It's what when you're playing games or you're fucking out and about and shit like that. Most people get Doritos as crisp to eat.
It's a good crisp.
People, if they want to get it with the Subway, if they want to fucking eat them at home,
Subway came to mind for me as well. They've got them in Subway.
You also if you're getting crisp to share at a party or something, or like a barbecue or a picnic, it's normally Doritos. I think they are an A tier because they, especially the Chili Heatwave one, I think is just universally liked. I very rarely find people who go, "Oh, I hate it," or I just don't get it. I think all my friends have it. I
think you're right. Yeah, I think
they aren't S because they are
S.
just a bit too. Like I said, there's probably
I think A is a safe place.
I'd put them below the Space Raiders.
I would as well.
Because I think Space Raiders just bang a bit better.
I agree.
Yep. Right.
I think that's a good place for them to be. All right, now we've got the Sensations Poppadoms.
I've tried them here with Dan and
These are incredible, man.
Yeah. They're really
fucking brilliant.
Because whoever it was who came up with the idea to do mini poppadoms as crisp,
I reckon it was an Indian man.
I reckon it was a corporate white guy.
I think you might be right there, mate.
But you're right. I tried them here, and
so nice.
They were really nice, man. And it has a great flavor. It's a great type of crisp because it's just a poppadom that's not a crisp, but has the texture of a crisp. And the flavor
it's a
really
very aromatic, kind of floral flavor.
I don't know if the average person would choose these. And once again, it is the problem of big bag, you open, everyone sticks their hands in without you even asking.
Absolutely.
And you will eat some, put them down, and it's not you putting them down like I'm done. It's you saying, for the time being, I don't need any more. Someone else just grab them off you and start yamming them. And they're gone before you know it. I would put it either high end of B or maybe even an A,
I think these would be low A.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think the Doritos is universally better.
I think it's annoying for me because I prefer the Transformer snack to to the Doritos.
Well,
but
didn't you put the Transformer in B?
no, we got
where did I want to put it? C, didn't I?
Yeah, well, we kind of but we can. I need to just look, and I think just based on that poppadom, I think that is an A tier.
Yeah, it's fine. Right, next up,
we've got
the chili,
the flaming hot Monster Munch.
Flaming hot Monster Munch. Now, I like these.
Hannah,
my missus, I think, doesn't like them. I know she hates the roast beef ones, but these ones to me are nice, and I think they have a better flavor than the Doritos, if we're being honest.
I agree.
But I just think it gets like not as much love because the pickled onions
stealing all the limelight.
Yeah, it just outshines it in every capacity. They are like, for me, it's better than a lot of crisps that we've got here.
I mean, I think sometimes I'd even rather have these over the pickled onion.
It's never like that for me, but I could see why, because they are good.
They're very good.
I'd put them, I don't know, I'm looking at that A ranking, and I don't think they're better than any of those, though.
Really?
Well, like I said, they've got a better flavor than Doritos, but I think Doritos are just...
I think they're better than the Space Raiders Doritos and the Sensations.
Well, how about we put it just below the Space Raider? Because I think it's got better flavor than a Dorito, and then it's still high end. It's just, for me, I think a Space Raider to me is just like, when I think as a child, what was my go-to crisp?
Ooh, sorry, I've made
what was that?
Administrative error there. Put it in the wrong place.
But when I think of like a goated crisp, I'd say that's in there. Discussion.
It's the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Up next, we got Prawn Cocktail Walker's crisps.
Banger.
Absolutely wonderful crisp, please.
I don't know what I can say about this crisp, like, without giving away too much, because I think so the idea of prawn cocktail is based on the food, isn't it? Where it's prawns in the martini glass with a thing. Yeah, grim. But prawn cocktail,
the crisps, yes, please.
Yeah, it just works so well, and that's once again some madman testing out flavors.
Why did they go for like, right, we need salt and vinegar, cheese and onion,
ready? What does ready salted mean?
It means like they're already done, because it used to be the salt and shake was the crisp.
That's so dumb, man.
So the ready salted was an answer to that.
But for me, these are, out of all the Walkers, like normal flavor, like normal standard packet of Walkers, I like these the most.
Yeah, I think I do as well.
Yeah, I would say this is top B for me.
Top B. I'm happy with that.
I think all the ones in A's are better, but I think this really sets the standard.
I'm really, really comfortable with it there.
Yeah.
Top of B. So now we got the Walkers baked, but these are the ready salted flavor, the plain ones.
Like I said, the baked
adds a lot to it.
Yep, but it's ready salted again.
I think looking at the 3 ready salteds we've already got, I think this is the best 3.
Yeah.
I mean, the best.
Sorry, I got a text.
These are the best ones.
I'd put it. Maybe, I know we've already argued about it doesn't make sense, but the texture of this does, and it kind of changed the flavor slightly. I've had them; they do change the flavor.
They do. The baked ones do have a bit more to them.
I'd put them.
Are we going to be talking about our old friends here, the crinklies, again?
Yeah, they are. Like I said, for me, the crinklies are just. I think the thing that stops the crinklies is the texture, because it is a fucking what do you call it? Why can't I say the word? Mini cheddar, but in a weird fucking version of it.
So would you rather have the baked?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So we put them there next to the...
Yeah. But cool. It is, like I said, I understood that there was maybe a dispute about, well, you can't have these ready salted.
Nah, because the baked ones do taste different.
They do. I don't know why, but they do.
It's the way they're baked.
The secret.
Right then, folks. I don't even want to... Smoky bacon Walkers.
If it makes you feel better, man, I would put this like F. I'd put this F just above the kettle.
Yeah, I agree. Right there, yeah.
Just there.
Terrible.
Because like the roast chicken ones, at least kinda are bearable, but these ones,
the smoky bacons are insufferable.
These are like, you will see the same packet of crisp a year later, the same one, then on offer for like 10p because it's out of date, because no one shows it. Because you just don't. I just don't get why there are sickos out there that really do indulge in it and go, oh, I fucking love it. Just, once again, like the Scampi thing, just go have some bacon, man. If you like that flavor that much, go have anything else that's bacon flavored.
Agreed. Terrible. And then we've got their kind of, the kind of yin to their yang, the Worcestershire sauce Walker's crisps.
I like these more.
Absolutely.
But they are like, I don't know how far.
See, I'm surprised because you obviously you like the strong flavors, the pickled onions.
Yeah, I do like them, but I'm thinking like, do I like them more than anything?
I think these are really good.
I don't know. I'm looking. This is where my head is. They are nowhere. They're not in F. They're not in E. They're not in D. There's crisp in C that I probably would choose over it, but the flavor is better than everything in C. But
yeah, you're right. It's the spec of crisp is quite low, isn't it? With the Walker's,
because like even like this is the problem. Like I was going up the list. The cheese and onion oven baked Walkers, I think, are better. Not flavor wise, not at all. But I think they're just a better crisp, more enjoyable, more. I think 7 out of 10 times I'm choosing them.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd put these just below the Cheetos. So why don't we meet in the middle and we'll put them in between the French fries and the baked.
Yeah, that's fine. Works for me, homie.
Now we've got
a true villain. A true villain.
Don't say his name.
This is like one of the most pointless crisps ever created.
Who the fuck is eating these?
Like, if you are eating these, you've got no personality, no bitches, no life aspects. And if you comment in this and you argue your case, I'm just gonna listening.
I'm gonna block you.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna listen because these are probably the lowest crisp on this list. This is like
the ready salted French fry.
When I think so, if you look at the ready salt, sorry, I should have said this is the lowest ready salted crisp that's probably going to be on here for me, because I think the standard Walker's ready salted, as shit as they are,
but don't forget there's the hula hoops down there.
Oh my god,
there's
you're
the
right.
hula hoops
They're
down there right
better.
near the bottom.
I would put. Oh, you know what? They are. This is hard. I've had those kettle chips. They are shit, but are they as shit as these? But at the same time, are these as shit as the hula hoops and the kettle crisp? I think they are next to the hula hoops.
I agree, and I'm not sure which one I hate more.
I hate the hula hoops more, I think, because
I think you're right.
I eat French fries. Crisp. Yeah. Well, I don't eat. That's it.
I think you're right.
That's
right.
Man.
Let's move that to the side there.
It's like some real fucking
man.
Fuckery,
that was upset me just talking about that.
That's like I don't know why, but I had like a flash of me and you in the co-op tomorrow, just fucking like kicking a packet of them on the floor and just being like, these are shit, aren't they? Just because it's like it repulsed me so much.
They are terrible.
Right, now speaking of a crisp that's a bit better.
We got, this is a fan favourite.
Yeah, the salt and vinegar discos. Is that right?
That is right.
I think these are the best flavour of discos.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And I think they're probably better than anything in D.
I'd agree with that.
I would put them somewhere on the C list. I think they're probably better than the Twiggles.
I think they're better than everything up to the Wotsits.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the flavour on these is great.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot in the bag.
Oh, they are better than the...
They're better than the Worcestershire sauce. They're better than the cheese and onion baked, for sure. They're definitely better than the French fries salt and vinegar, I would say.
Are they as good as the Flaming Hot? Yeah, because it's the twirly. You know what? Yeah, put them there. If they weren't twirly, Flaming Hot Cheetos, and they were like the Wotsits Flaming Hot Cheetos, I'd say no. But they are no. So, put it above.
Oh right, okay, cool.
Because the twirliness is just.
Yeah, I agree.
Not good.
Totally agree there. So it's a high C tier for
this next one coming up. You can speak on if you want. You can put it wherever you want. Just know, for me, it would be an instant F out the window.
So, What are these called? Flame grilled steak McCoys, are they called? Is that their name?
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan. I wouldn't put them in F, personally. I'd probably put them in E, top of E. I'd probably put them in the top of E. But if you...
For me, this is like, you know when you say, oh, I'm not really into meaty crisp.
Yeah,
that's the one that
springs to mind. So would you say it's the worst one?
I would put it just above the hula hoop then, I guess. The beef hula hoop. Because the beef hula hoop is still a hula hoop and it's beef, so it's shit. But
so you're putting it there next to the beef hula hoop, in between the big hoops and the beef hula hoop.
Yeah, because that one's spicy.
Now
the one next to it is spicy. And the other one is a mix where...
It's not as bad as you're saying.
Well, where would you put it?
At the top of E.
Well, let's meet in the middle and put it above the ready salted Walkers then.
But then we've got a real issue when we've got plain crisps, steak McCoys, and then 2 more plain crisps.
No, because once again, the Tyrells...
I'll tell you what, you were quite passionate about it. Let's put them here, near the end of E.
Yeah, cool. That works for me.
Speaking of meaty crisps, up next we've got the roast beef Monster Munch.
These are
the outcast.
These are shit, but I'm forced to eat them.
Why do they come in the multi-pack?
What other?
No one wants these.
What other flavor could Monster Munch do?
They did the vanilla ice cream one. That was good.
But I mean, like this, like they
salt and vinegar, flaming up. Oh, they've already got flaming up.
Prawn cocktail. They could
prawn cocktail. That'd be naughty.
You know what I mean? It's just I don't understand, but. Because I like Monster Munch enough, I'll get the variety pack for me and Hannah because it gets the flaming hot ones in there. But then the roast ones are left over, and Hannah hates them, and I'm forced to have them when you go, oh, just a snack or something will do, and I open the fridge now, and you go crisp, and they're there, and I look at them and I go,
in the fridge.
It's a hot day. I look at them and I go. They're just gonna go in the bin if not. Do you know what's still next to him though? Still untouched, already salted, man. They just go out of date. I let them go out of date. I just like
bury them in garden like ET cartridge.
When I said, when I have friends over or my daughter's there, they can have them.
Child abuse.
Where
are we saying for these?
I guess they are somewhere on E. They're probably better than the McCoys.
Yeah, they're definitely better than the McCoys.
They're better than the ready salted.
I think they're better than everything in E.
I'd put them just below the discos.
You'd rather have the discos?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, fair enough.
Because like I said, these are when I picture a crisp in my mind that I eat even though I don't want it, it is them. Because I look at them in the drawer and there'll be like 4 packets and I'll just kind of hover over them for about a minute and just be like...
It's on your like 3rd trip to the cupboard where you're
it's like,
okay, I'll have these.
This is somewhat edible.
Plain Seabrook's crisps.
These are, I can tell you exactly where they are, just below the salt shaker.
I totally agree. I was literally just looking
below.
there. E tier, the worst of those.
Yeah,
plain
they
ones.
are. That is the poor man's ready salted. So if you've got no personality, this is you having no personality and being broke as fuck.
And fun fact, I've met the guy who founded Seabrook's crisps.
Did you break his fucking leg?
Because they've got some good ones in there. They've got the prawn cocktails.
Listen. There's been some great movies over the years by directors, but sometimes they make utter shit, and that's the same equivalent.
Right. So up next, we've got a staple of the British household, the salt and vinegar Walker's crisp. Yep.
For me, these are so enjoyable. I think everyone has them, unless you're a weirdo who don't like salt and vinegar. I think this... For me, so if Monster Munch, if Pickled Onion Monster Munch are the doorman of S, this is the doorman of C. To progress to the glory,
I think you're right.
To progress to true glory, you've got to pass them.
That's a great place to
like...
Though, I must say...
You prefer them over skips, don't you? Is that what you're going to say?
I wouldn't... It depends on the day, but they have recently changed the recipe and they taste a bit more potatoey and they're not that good anymore.
They haven't got as much vinegar in it. It's a bit...
But that still is bag there is the old bag, so we'll go with the old recipe for that. I think that's a great place to put that at the top end of C.
Right, Pipers have got to go at the end. We've
never tried the
Pipers. Right. Do you want to speak on this?
Prawn Cocktail Pringles. Yeah. So I think they smell a bit fishy sometimes.
Right.
I mean, they are based on prawn, but I am a fan of these. I think they're not quite as good as a salt and vinegar Pringle, and they're not as good as like one of the kind of limited edition like spicy Pringles.
Right.
But I'll eat a tube of these in 10 minutes, no problem. I think they're really good. I'd put these pretty high up.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what you say because they go straight in S for me. That's my S. Straight up there. This is my go-to spa crisp. When I go to, if you're a true fan of the channel, you know that a lot of the time.
I hope they're a fan of the channel because they've been listening to us for 80 minutes talk about crisps.
Could be someone's mum just tuning in, eh? But if you know, me and Rob often go to the Spa petrol station in Sheffield, and when we're there, we're normally drunk 90% of the times. And like if I in my head go, I need some crisp, I just ignore everything else, and I get a
beeline straight for these.
And then when I'm hungover or when I'm feeling sorry for myself, these are my pick me up crisp. These are the thing that energize me. I get what you're saying, where they have a much stronger prawn smell and taste to the prawn cocktail Walkers, but because it's a Pringle, it's a bonus, and also, as you said, I could go through these like 5 minutes with.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're very good. All right, well, I'm glad that
we both used our S's.
We've both used our S over right.
Who knows? There might still be more S's in there.
There might still be another S that lands in there. But up next, we've got the nacho cheese. Or what do they call these ones over here? Just cheese? Doritos.
Tangy cheese.
Tangy cheese Doritos.
Yeah. Nacho cheese is
the American one.
Have you tried that version? Because the recipe's different.
It's the red bag as well, isn't it? Over there?
That's better, I'd say. These are, for me, a bit too tangy, but I think they are better than... Where are they? They are better than those Cheetos cheese sticks.
I agree, but they're not as good as the Discos, I would say. So the cheese Doritos go in the middle of the C tier.
Yeah.
Up next, we have got some Tyrells. These are the veg ones. They're made of veg.
Are these, right, zoom on the packet. Are these the ones that have beetroot in it?
Yep.
Right. These, for me, are the best Tyrells because I hate vegetable crisp.
Right.
But when I was a kid, I was obsessed with a beetroot like crisp because my gran and granddad used to give them to me, and for whatever reason, they just were really nice. And my brain is saying to me, if these are the one, these aren't the ones because the other ones were just pure beetroot. But if these are the ones I've tried not too long ago that do have it in it, they weren't bad. They weren't bad. They weren't an amazing flavor, but as a man who holds the beetroot crisp in high regard.
Well, I like that you've got the personal connection with
but for me, I'd put this like top E. Because I'm not buying Tyrell still. I'm still not buying Tyrell.
Over a Monster Munch, though.
Yeah, I would over those. Because for me, it's got those beetroot ones in. And like I said, oh, man.
Fine. You've got a nice backstory.
That's purely it.
Now, up next, we've got the sweet chili.
We were talking about these bad boys
Thai sweet chili sensations.
This is normally in the discussion in our group of brothers of the goated crisp. This is normally the one that gets brought up.
It's a very good crisp.
I would happily... I can't even remember what we were talking about when we first mentioned it before we realised it was the chicken.
Years ago, that one.
Years ago. But
just live.
It is great. I would easily put it as an S. It's just the problem of the sharing.
Oh, I'm not sure about an S.
What were you, A then?
I mean, I don't think it's better than a Flaming Hot Monster Munch.
I think it's much better than the Prawn Cocktail Walkers.
I agree.
And I think it's better than the
Doritos.
Then it's been in between them then. Because I think it's better than the Papa Doms.
I think that's got to go there in A tier.
That's fine.
It's a really good place.
It's a really good place. If it's not in S, that's fine. There's some things that mark it down. Price, fucking everyone yamming them, stealing it. And also, you very rarely finish every crisp in it. Like, you can normally finish quite a lot, but there'll normally be like a couple at the bottom that you will just leave or you'll offer someone.
So next up, I'm sure we've upset people there by not putting that as an S, but
let Danny and Varley bitch.
They can do their own.
Yeah.
So up next, we've got the Sunbites
sweet chili.
These are the sweet chili Sunbites.
This, you know what? You take the helm on this one. I've got only a few words to say about it.
I think these are excellent. I think they're a brilliant snack. We get them at festivals a lot. I think they're not so much a crisp, are they, a Sunbite? I know they've got that kind of health gimmick. They're like a grain thing. I think these are gorgeous, and I'd put these like way up in the B tier.
All I would say is I think these are excellent. These are the crisps that normally make me do the second take of, is that what I want? Nah, I think I want these. I would put them in A.
I'm happy in it. I'm happy with them.
I don't care where they go in A, but like,
well, let's sling them. Let's sling them next to the Doritos. I think they're better than these Sensations, but not maybe quite as good as the Doritos. Just because the Doritos have got the clout.
Right. You know what's mental?
What?
So I went to York the other day.
Yep.
I tried these
Pop chips.
Yep. I had never tried them. I was dissing Andre for him. I said, "Look at man getting poor man's crisp." I said, "Look at this shit." No,
they're not poor man crisp.
No, but I was like, we were in the fucking like whistle stop in the train station getting shit, and I was like, "What the fuck are you getting here, man? Just get any other better crisp." And he was like, "No, try one." I'll try one on the train, and I did. And the verdict was, they're all right.
They're fucking forgettable.
They're all right. They're not as barbecue-y. The crisp doesn't really taste like a crisp. It kind of tastes stale. I would much rather have this still over a Quaver, but I would much rather have everything in D over it.
Okay, I'm happy with putting it
the
there.
barbecue flavor doesn't necessarily make it a meaty one. It's more of a saucy one.
Yeah.
But it's just bland, bro.
Up next, we've got the cool original Doritos in the blue packet. These are, I've got kind of a love-hate relationship with these. Sometimes I'm proper in the mood. Sometimes I can't think of what worse.
I am exactly the same. Sometimes the smell and the taste are divine. And then other
sometimes it's awful.
Yeah, sometimes I smell it and I'm having one and I go, you know what? I'd rather have anything else right now.
I think these kind of go along with the ribbon saucy Knick-Knacks in the D tier.
I think they're just above it.
Yeah.
I think they're just above it. Like actually, I'd have them over the ready salted Pringles.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, whack them there. I'd have them over a ready salted Pringles. This is another crisp that sometimes gets mixed in at a picnic or a barbecue or a party.
Because you get the big bag.
You get the big bag, and everyone goes for the flaming hot, and that's it. They go for the chili heat wave, and that's it.
So let's now look at Kettle chips.
This
sea
is the
salt
fuckers.
And balsamic vinegar.
You remember earlier I was saying I thought I would talk about Tyrell's, but it's obviously these. These are good, you know.
Yeah.
These are good. These are, for me, the bottom of C. I think, I just don't know what
you said they were good.
No, but like, right. If I'm saying, C for me is still good. It's just, put it this way, they're priced a bit higher than Crisp. Yeah. It's a big bag. No one's really sharing it with you, but it's still like a big bag of crisps that I don't normally finish. But the flavor is what puts it above everything in D.
I'm happy with having it at the back end of C. I think the co-op version is superior. It's not on that list.
I don't think I've tried the co-op version.
Yeah, you just tried one on my sofa then. That's what I was eating before we did this.
I'd put it as the same then.
Nah, they're not. It's a posh boys salt and vinegar, which isn't like salt and vinegar's for like the people, and kettle chips ain't for the people.
No, kettle chips are probably for fucking like people who really care about their front garden. You know, people who own a front garden and really like do the edge and all that shit.
Absolutely.
Like, mate, who gives a shit? It's a front garden. You're not sitting in it.
Up next, we've got the salt and vinegar squares.
Elite tier crisp.
This is a grab bag used in the image here, and I've got to say, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you know what?
I think this is a great crisp.
I think these are so elite. Like, out of the salt and vinegar flavors, these are my favorite
They're
version.
way up there. The texture's great.
I love the
and the grab
squares.
bag, you get a good amount in there.
Yeah. And they're the right level of saltiness.
Yeah.
They're nice to have.
They're a great crisp.
The only downside is I think they are just missing out of S for me.
I agree.
I think they're top end A.
I agree, and I think that's a great place to be.
Yeah,
at the top end of A.
I look at S and I go, they're just the ones that I will always walk to. I'll go to all the time.
I really like them, and I'm glad they've placed so high there.
Yeah.
We've now got the salt and vinegar McCoys.
Now, interesting. These are the only McCoys, from my knowledge, that I like.
These are great.
Yep.
You can get a bag of these with a good amount of flavour on them. If it's a good bag, They're really good.
They have better salt than most salt and vinegar crisp. They taste nice. The ridges are very nice.
I think the salt stays on them instead of falling to the bottom of the bag because of the ridges.
I would put it on B somewhere, but I don't know where. Probably better than a Skips.
Yeah, I'm happy with it there. Like kind of mid B tier.
Yeah, because like I said, wherever I'm looking to like put it, I look at where I initially think, and then I look at all the crisp in it, and then I move down to the next one, and I do the same, and I think that's perfect where it is for me, because I'd still rather have the prawn cocktail, but they are probably much nicer than everything else below it.
Agreed.
Right.
Up next, we've got a 6-pack, it seems, of bacon wheat crunches.
These are like getting kicked to the balls. They are really fucking hard.
It's such a shame.
They are really hard, and when you eat them, you have to kind of suck on them to soften the shell.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's like, the best way to describe it, it's like the crunchy shell at Taco Bell, but in a tube.
It's a nice process, but the spicy tomato is the one to get, and everywhere only sells the fucking bacon ones, man, and bacon crisps are so shit.
It's probably somewhere E, isn't it? I don't know where I'd put it. Maybe after the crinklies. Like, because it's the bacon. I don't like them either. And I do like the...
So, like, kind of mid to top E.
No, I'd put them below the crinklies.
Below the crinklies.
Yeah, because,
so mid E then.
Yeah, there we go. Put them there.
We got the boys up next.
These are excellent, you know.
Pom Bears, plain.
The plain flavour.
Something about them, they almost don't count as a plain because...
They're sweet, kind of.
Whatever they're made out of it has so much substance that they don't really even taste plain.
It kind of tastes like a sweet potato for me.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know what it is, but
dissolving them on your mouth is the most fun.
I'm
putting them on the tongue.
These for sure are going to rank above every other plain crisp. That goes without saying.
Yeah, you know what? I'd happily put these top of B.
Whoa!
Any day of the week.
Top of B.
Because
above prawn cocktail.
Do you know why?
Walkers,
do you know
bro.
why? Do you know why? Listen. So prawn cocktail, everything that's in B is there for its flavor. A is there for everything all round. Yeah,
right.
The Pom Bears, the flavor is probably C. Yeah, but the enjoyment of having Pom Bears puts it as an A. So I'd put it in a B. And I would probably, if you put Pom Bears next to all the others in B in front of me, I linger looking at the prawn cocktail, but I'd probably go, oh, you know what? I might have some Pom Bears actually. Like, I'm going in a scenario. Sat down.
So Pom Bear plain is better than a flaming hot twisted Cheeto in the C tier.
Yeah, because it's the twist.
So it's better than a Wotsits.
Yeah, I'd have a...
Fair enough, man.
You know what? You know what? Hang on. It's put it at top C because the flavor...
Top of C.
Yeah, the flavor isn't enough. The flavor real... If they were salt and vinegar
or pickled onion
or spicy or prawn cocktail, yeah, straight in B. But the flavor is really like... It's not, like I said, it's not really like ready salted plain.
Monster Munch in Europe are like Pom Bears.
Yeah, they're also different, aren't they?
Little ghosts.
Do you remember when I had the fucking, what were they, the little football crisp, the Euro? Yeah. They were fucking
in a rock for people.
Yeah, because I was eating them and I was like, oh, these are kind of like Pom Bears. And I'm like, nah, they're not like Pom Bears, man. I was like, how dare I say that?
Oh, look what we've got up next. Mini cheddars.
Like I said, for me, I prefer a normal mini cheddar to a crinkly mini cheddar, but it's still a mini cheddar, and just have a tuck biscuit if you're really in the mood.
Where did we put the Branston mini cheddars?
C, bottom of C. So I guess these are probably next to the Sunbites in D.
Yeah, I think that's right. D tier. They're not better than the Pringles. They're not better than the Walkers Max.
Yeah, put them there.
Okay, we'll put them there.
Ooh.
All right. We've got the nice and spicy Knick-Knack.
These are good.
These are wonderful. at my work, we've got a vending machine, and it's 90p a go.
Mm-hmm.
And every week they restock it to the back with these. And
you drain it.
I eat every bag of them.
I don't
These
blame
are
you.
delicious.
I
eat them, and I even the other day I got a bag out of the vend, and I was like, I'm gonna do like a little bit of my work, and then once I've done that bit of work, I'm gonna have a Knick-Knack as a reward.
Yeah, and what a reward to have. For me, I would say these slap. The flavor, the fact it's a Knick-Knack, so the texture's proper there. Knick-Knacks are an elite crisp.
Yeah.
They are a crisp once again where I do kind of like a double take and I go, yo, I didn't see the Knick-Knacks.
Oh man, they've got Knick-Knacks in the deal as well.
Yeah, I'll be like, you know what?
I'll take those.
Take the Knick-Knack. So like at Asda, sometimes I'll be going past, and at the Asda where I'm closest to, they're just kind of out the way. You don't see them.
They're not very mainstream.
I know where they are, so I always deliberately
where they are.
Walk past
where they are.
With my shopping trolley, and I go, oh, wow, they're there. They might as well go in, and they get eaten that same day, just straight away, man. I think they could very easily be an A, but I don't know if they are as universally loved as the flaming hot ones.
Yeah,
the flaming hot Monster Munch. I think they're better than the flaming hot chili heat wave Doritos. I think they're better than them. Sensations probably better than them. I'd put them in between.
Yeah, I mean, personally, if it was just my list,
would you S it?
There'd be an S tier.
You know what?
But do you know what? No, because you're right. We need to be sensible about it. And
I think what stops
it's a communal list. And if we were both stuck on an island and we got these in quantities relative to where we've ranked them, it would be the right thing to do.
Right, what the fuck am I seeing up next? What the fuck is that?
Oh, you're going to love this. Sour cream and sweet onion kettle chips.
In the hell bracket, in the burning hell, rotting hell, whoever made that, you need to be
right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom, because it's not only is it a kettle crisp.
What, here?
Yeah.
Next to right at the bottom?
Yeah, right at the bottom. Get the fuck over there.
No mercy.
Cunt.
All right, if you like shit, what do you reckon to Crisps? Now, who the fuck is buying... Crisps must have been really annoyed when Walker's Baked came out.
This is like just shit.
I haven't had a Crisp for about 15 to 20 years.
I think I haven't had a Crisp since I was 8. I genuinely... I'm thinking, like, when will I have eaten this crisp? And I have, because...
Who's getting a Crisp?
I think...
Do they still make them?
Do you know what? It's got to be old people, surely. Or people who shop at... What the fuck is it called? What's the posh fucking supermarket called?
Waitrose.
Yeah, it's got to be like people who shop in Waitrose. Or old people.
This, for me, would go just above the hula hoop plane in the bottom.
It goes probably... you know what? Yeah, put it there.
Because it's another plane, but it's a shite.
The only thing is, I was going to say, like I said, the hula hoop, at least you can put it on your finger. It's like...
But the texture of the hula hoop is terrible. The finger's only getting you so far. You've used that about 8 times.
Yeah, because it's like... Wait,
you can put the Monster Munch on your finger, but the beef's still really low down.
Who have you ever met who gets hula hoops who hasn't put it on the finger?
I mean, I don't put them on the finger.
You definitely have put it on your finger.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And what have you got a hula hoop since then?
Yeah, from the vending machine, because they had the salt and vinegar ones.
You're a criminal, man.
Listen, beggars choose.
Notice how that ain't even on the list, man.
I know.
They knew that you might be starting acting up, so they got rid of it real quick.
So up next, we've got the Scampi and Lemon Knick-Knack.
It's still the Scampi.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it's
a Knick-Knack, but it's...
I think for this to be reasonably placed, we need to look at where the Scampi stuff is and look at where the Knick-Knack ribbon saucy is and put it right in between.
So where's the Scampi?
So there's the Scampi.
So it's the bottom of D then.
So I'd say this goes at the bottom of D.
Yeah. Cool.
Cheese and onion squares as we get to the end of the list almost.
Something I have tried once.
They're not bad for a cheese and onion.
I've tried them once, man, and I think maybe I'm really shooting them much further down in my head purely because of how good the salt and vinegar squares are. And I've tried
That's
these
true.
ones.
They can't hold a
And
candle.
like, I can remember having them just to try them. I like to try different ones. And I think I was just disappointed. I don't think they were probably awful, but I think they are probably less good than the regular cheese and onion.
Where's the regular? Yeah, I was looking around there as well.
Better than
to
those
be honest.
stupid fucking
pop chip.
Yeah.
things.
And I like I said, it's not like that.
I think they're better than the regular cheese and onion though, because you've still got the square texture and the.
Well, I maybe I'm just being biased because, like I said, I've only tried it once.
I think we're in the right spot, but I think we need to be putting that here because it's still a square
Yeah,
and it's at least got some personality
yeah.
versus like these fuckers here. Now these next ones, the Marmite crisps, not the Marmite Walkers, the Marmite branded crisps.
I've not tried that.
I guess you don't really need to have.
Is it
to
just
know
like
what
Marmite?
it's like. Yeah. If
I like Marmite, but it's smelled.
Have you had the Marmite Walkers?
Yeah.
Assume they're just them.
D then for me. Just D.
I think I'd put them above everything in D.
Yeah.
I'd put them at the top of D.
Yeah. They're not making it to C.
No chance.
Like,
no chance. No
but,
way.
Yeah. Put it in D top. Because like I said, I've tried the Walkers ones, and the Walkers ones were all right, but it was a forgettable thing where I tried it, and then I was like, all right, I don't need to.
So we've got two more mix-ups, ready salted. Once again,
it's
the
easy.
mix-ups.
It's easy. Where are our ready salted crisp?
Well, we've got two kind of runs of ready salted.
Yeah, no. So let's go from the blue packet there.
Yeah, the Tyrells.
Go from there to where the fucking French fries are. And you put these motherfuckers right in the middle.
So maybe
these mix up right in the middle.
I think they've got to be about. But are they as good as the chili hula hoops?
No, it's there.
Are they
then. It's there. It's there.
So you'd rather have them than the beef hula hoop?
Yeah, I'd rather the beef hula hoops are dead to me, but this is like.
All right, we've got our last one, and then we'll recap the list, and then maybe go to bed because I'm fucking knackered, and this is almost 2 hours long.
And we've got a busy day tomorrow as well.
We sure do. Now, I've never had
I've
these.
never had these.
They sound great, though.
I don't know. I tried wasabi in where was I? Yo Sushi. Tried a little bit.
I love wasabi.
And it made me go like that. It was very straight.
So, thanks everyone for listening. We'd love to know what you agree with, what you disagree with.
I'm sure you all disagree with it because
gonna-
unless you're a suck-ass who just fucking agree, like wants to fucking ride dick and be like, oh, I fully agree, guys. Surely you're going to have your own opinion on this.
Leave them in the comments.
Yep.
I am going to read out the list in reverse order, starting with our lowest ranked up to our top ranked, mainly for the people listening on Spotify. So F tier from the bottom, sour cream and onion kettle chips, Tyrell's cheese and chive, plain French fries, plain hula hoops, Crisps, cheese and onion kettle chips, smoky bacon walkers, beef hula hoops, plain mix-ups, chili hula hoops, beef mix-ups. Do you want to read the E tier?
You know what? No, because I can't fully fucking see from here.
In the E tier from the bottom, we've got cheese and onion mix-ups, flame grilled McCoys, plain Seabrooks, salt and shake, Walker's ready salted, Tyrell's ready salted, scampi fries, bacon wheat crunchies, cheese and onion crinkly mini cheddars, plain baked, Walker's roast chicken, Monster Munch roast beef, Disco's cheese and onion, and Tyrell's veg crisps, wrapping out the E tier. Mm-hmm. In the D tier, starting with the lowest, we've got Knick-Knacks, Scampi and Lemon, Quavers, barbecue pop chips, cheese and onion Walkers, cheese and onion squares, Frazzles, Golden Wonder fully loaded cheese and onion, Knick-Knacks ribbon saucy, sour cream Pringles, plain Pringles, somehow.
It's because it's a Pringle, bro. It's a Pringle. It's a Pringle. That's it. It just works, all right?
Cool Original Doritos, Crunchy Cheese Cheetos, Guinness Chili, Crisps, whatever the fuck they are, regular mini cheddars, Walker's Max Paprika, Paprika Pringles, Sour Cream Sunbites, Roast Chicken Sensations, and Marmite Crisps. So we're into the C tier now. We've got Salt and Vinegar Kettles, Branston Pickle Mini Cheddars, Bobby's Onion Rings, bag of Twiglets, Cheese and Onion Walker's Baked, Walker's Worcestershire Sauce, Walker's Worcestershire Sauce, Salt and Vinegar French Fries, Cheetos Twisted Flaming Hot, Standard Cheese Doritos, Salt and Vinegar Discos, Wotsits Really Cheesy, Chipsticks, Salt and Vinegar Walkers, and Pom Bears.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to do the B, A, and S tiers? Because you know what they are.
Yeah. So for B tier, starting at the bottom, we have Skips Prawn Cocktail. Is it?
Yep.
Yep. McCoys Salt and Vinegar. Transformers. What's the actual name of the flavor for this?
Golden Wonder Transformer Snack. Spicy, I think.
Yeah. Walker's Prawn Cocktail. And then for A tier, starting at the bottom, it is the Sensation Poppadom. What's it? Something mango. Something mango.
Mango and chutney or something?
Mango and chutney, probably. And then we have the Sunbites Sweet Chili. Then we have the Doritos Chili Heat Wave. Then we have the Sensations Sweet Chili. Then we have the Knick-Knacks. Oh, I can't ever fucking say it. Is it?
Nice and spicy.
Nice and spicy. Then we have the Flaming Hot Monster Munch. Then we have the Pickled Onion Space Raiders. And then at the top, we've got Salt and Vinegar Squares.
Then we move into the S tier with my override, which is the Salt and Vinegar Golden Wonder fully flavored. These are amazing. I can't recommend them enough.
Then my override in the S tier is the Prawn Cocktail Pringles. These are the best Pringles. Fight me.
And then we close off the list with
the doorman.
The top of the shop.
The hero.
Mr. Pickled Onion Monster Munch himself.
He's there. The creator.
Let us know what other ones of these tier lists you would love to see. It's been a long 2 hours, but it hasn't felt too long because the tier list was already prepared.
It felt like that just went by for me, even though it's been ages.
I'm going to sleep now because we're off on a pub crawl tomorrow. Thanks for that, Chuck. It's been a pleasure discussing one of our biggest passions with you.
I loved it, brother.
I'll see you soon. And thanks, everyone. We're on all major platforms, so tune in.
Bye.
Bye-bye.